is Bluebird model guitar, custom specified by Simon Carpenter, Cocobolo back, abalone binding, European spruce top, ebony fingerboard, a little dolphin inlay on the back. Simon is or has been a deep sea diver and feels very connected to the sea. I like these bridge pins. They're rather nice. They're bone and they've got little inlays of abalone and little brass ring around it. I just love the guitars. Every time I make a guitar and I've got one finished, really I just want to sit down and play it all day. What I really like is when they come to the workshop and I can hand it over in person, and then I can experience that moment of when they first meet their guitar and they open the case and there's that moment of wow. So when I release it, that comes out curved. It's become just so much a complete way of life for me, to be honest with you. When I'm away from my workshop for more than a week or so, I start to get a bit disoriented. I need to get my hands on the tools and the beautiful wood. It's my home, really. That's where I feel most comfortable in life.
You do everything that a machine does, actually.
I am a machine. This in the centre here is olive root. I built my first one in 1967. 43 years full-time guitar making. I'm not so interested in the building of electric guitars. The acoustic guitar is my passion, really. I can play, I feel well enough to be able to assess the finished guitar to say whether it's playing as good as it could ever play, and to be aware of the sound qualities. There are so many makers at all levels, from hand makers like myself to vast factories that produce guitars, a lot of which are absolutely superb quality. It's a very, very time-consuming occupation. I can't work to deadlines, really.
How come you attached to guitar so much, Andy?
Well, guitars for me are a way of life, really. I find that the real world is rather complicated and difficult to get a grip on. But in my workshop and building guitars with the materials I'm familiar with, the tools I'm familiar with, for me it's a kind of, in a way, it's an opportunity to experience a model of integrity and a way to be. I mean, I can build one guitar that might take me a month, and if I was asked to replicate it, it might take 2 months, 3 months. I mean, in terms of quality, you know, you can buy quite a cheap guitar now of very adequate quality. When I started building guitars, the cheap guitars that you could buy were really not inspiring to the player, shall we say, which is partly why I was so interested in building them. I just thought surely I can do a bit better than that. But over the years, you know, even the mass-produced cheaper ones now have achieved such good quality that there's a lot of choice for you know, anybody's budget, really. You can get two guitars that look exactly the same, and the neck maybe is carved slightly differently, just with very small fine variations that the hand can sense. See, there's no defined, right, this is a specific sound. You know, it's such a kind of open situation. It's what pleases you, what you feel comfortable with, and what happens is you will take the guitar in your left hand by the neck, which is the hand that you play on the neck with. At that moment, a lot of people, is the decisive moment. They feel that neck, they'll know. So first of all it's visual, then it's the tactile, and then it's the sound. That's how it occurs. When people go to a luthier, such as myself, more often than not they've had several guitars. You know, two guitars that could be quite similar could be vastly different in price. One might have very, very expensive wood, maybe lots of time-consuming inlays and detailing and so on. Could take 3 times as long to build as that other guitar, and all I can do is make an assessment of that based on experience. And once I've fixed that and settled it, that's it. You know, I have to stick to that. I can't say to the client, look, this guitar is actually taking me an extra 2 weeks, I'm going to have to charge you more. It's not really. I had a customer once. He was a lawyer, and in a conversation about his guitar, he said to me, he said, Andy, he said, tell me, how do you guitar makers work out how much a guitar is going to cost? And I thought, that's an odd question. So I said, well, all I can do is say know roughly how many guitars I can build in a year, how much money I need to live on, and do the maths. And he said, oh, yeah, he said, I didn't think of it like that. He said, I suppose that's what I do, really. We live a pretty simple life, on the whole. And I have enough money for that. I need to make guitars, spend time with my family, and play guitar when I can, and have a bit of time for friends. Don't really see this much else.